Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and today I am going to do a get ready with me. This is my makeup look that I do if I'm going out in college, which is so sad to say because we're in quarantine right now. I'm back from school and I'm not returning until next year. So I thought that I would give you guys a little tutorial of what I would usually do for my makeup when I would go out because I miss it and I have nothing else to do at home. So yeah, keep on watching if you want to get this look. So the very first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to prime my face. This is my favorite, the Glossier priming moisturizer. It's just really light and it just makes you hydrated. I would always use this as my moisturizer even if I wasn't wearing makeup because it's just so hydrating and it feels so good on the face. And you really want to make sure that your face is primed and ready for parties, I would say, to wear the least amount of makeup possible because it gets really hot in there and you're most likely going to sweat it off anyways. So you want to start with a light base. You don't want to go overboard because it will end up coming off at the end of the night. So yeah, make sure you have a nice base and a long wear foundation. I am going to go in with my favorite Too Faced Born This Way. This is Warm Nude. So I just do a little bit and I'm just gonna put it on my face, just dot it on. And then I'm going to blend it in with a foundation brush and I will be back. I put my foundation on and so I just blended it out and now I'm gonna go in with the Born This Way concealer. I honestly don't really like this concealer that much, but it's the only one I have, so I'm just gonna use it up. And you don't want to go overboard with the concealer too because once again you want to keep everything as light as possible. So I'm just going to put it on some of my scars. Thankfully my skin has cleared up since the beginning of the year. I used to have really bad skin and I would put on so much makeup to cover it, but now I'm so happy that it's cleared. Also, this is a pro tip from me. If you have bad skin or acne, put your concealer on first before your foundation and it will look so much more flawless. It sounds weird, but that's just my tip. And I just like to blend it in with my foundation brush again because I think just like blending it in with the foundation brush, some of the product like mixes. That's not really scientific, but that's just what I like to do. It just looks really flawless in my opinion. I used to use the beauty blender a lot, but to be honest I like the brush more because it just like, I don't know, it looks very like airbrushed. For me, the beauty blender, I would have to put in a lot of work, and being a college student you don't have a lot of time, so it's just so easy. You just blend it out and you're good. Also, the beauty blender wasn't that sanitary, so brushes. And then I'm just gonna put some concealer under my eyes because I look dead. And I just like to put, this concealer is a really high coverage, so you don't need a lot. And I'm just gonna do that and I'm gonna blend in. And another tip for me is you want to work with both eyes at the same time. You want to switch because if you work on one eye, the other one will dry out and the coverage will look a little bit mismatched. So just blend it out, bring it all the way into your nose to make sure that's nice and blended, and then bring it up, make sure everything's good. And yeah, this tutorial is honestly really quick. I can get ready in like 10 minutes. Now that our foundation and concealer is on, see, we're looking good. I'm gonna take my powder. This is the Too Faced Peach powder. This is just my favorite powder. It smells like peaches and it just sets everything in place. So this is meant for contouring. It's a Real Techniques brush. I just really like it for my under eyes. So I'm just going to set a little bit under my eyes, and then the place where I get the most oily and sweaty, which is definitely under my chin. And also I have a lot of scars on my chin, so I really want to keep that on. And then also around here, around my nose, and a little bit on my forehead. So I use this small brush to really get the powder in there, and then I use a really big fluffy brush just to set all the other places. So the next step is bronzer, and I like to use this Physicians Formula butter bronzer. This is my favorite. It goes on so smoothly and it just is so natural. Just really be light-handed with it because you don't want to risk moving your foundation. And then I add a little bit more and I bring it down into my jawline and my chin. You're just gonna bring it up into your temples and your forehead as well. Forehead contour literally is a game changer. Oh, I'm also using an angled brush. I just think it's very precise and really makes you chiseled. But most days I like to use just like a fluffy brush. And then I also have this tiny angled brush. I got this brush from Amazon, and I like to go into my nose with it. So I just take a little bit and I really focus on the bottom part because the bridge of my nose is like pretty skinny, but like this part is just so bulbous. So to fix this bulbous nose, I like to go under the nostril, just make that darker. It's all about creating shadows. You've probably seen from other beauty gurus. I'm not a beauty guru at all, and I like to just go in right here, like right on that crease of your nostrils, and then blend it up all the way. This is important. You have to go under here because if you stop, it's just so obvious that you have bronzer on your nose and it's not real. So to make that illusion, go all the way up into like this little eye socket area and make it look as natural as possible. Sometimes I like to go over with my foundation brush just lightly so it all blends in. And then I also like to go a little bit here to make my nose look lifted. It's honestly so different doing my makeup in the daytime because usually I'm doing this at night with like very fluorescent lighting from my dorm room. So this is a change. Honestly, it's the same thing that I usually do for my daily makeup routine, but with a little pizzazz. Okay, now that we did that, the next step is, I like to jump around. My next step is eyeshadow because I literally use my bronzer. So I just like to go in and put it on. Most of the time I just do bronzer on my lids and call it a day. But there are some times where I like to spice it up. I like to put some glitter on the eyes. But I'm just going in the crease and lightly blending. It's so simple. Everyone can do this makeup look. Okay, so we're gonna come back to the eyes later after I finish my face makeup. So next we're moving on to blush, and I just use this Wet n Wild blush because I was in a hurry and I just needed to pick one up. If you have any blush recommendations down below, please let me know, because I never used to be a blush person, but it's like, it's so cute. Use this stippling brush just to blend, and I start at the apples and I work my way towards my cheekbone, and this just creates a cute little look, makes you have some color in your face. And I also like to put it on my nose sometimes. So the next step is eyebrows, and I like to use the It Cosmetics brow power, And I'm just going to brush my eyebrows upwards first. I need to get them done. Please don't judge. I'll show you with this brow, if you can see. All right. So basically, you're just gonna go underneath your eyebrows in small motions. And you're just gonna, it's basically like you're lining the bottom of your brow. And my arches are always really sparse. So I just like to go in and fill those. Front, I just like to use flicking motions, if you can see, to really get in there. And this looks very blocky right now, so then I like to use my spoolie just to blend it out. After you fill in your brows, I like to use a brow gel just so they stay in place. This is the NYX brow gel. I also really love the Glossier boy brow. That's like, oh, it's a game changer. So you're just gonna wanna brush through them to make sure they stay in place. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna do the other brow and come back. Okay, so now that my brows are filled in, I'm going to go back to the eyeshadow, and usually I have an eyeshadow palette that I use to deepen the crease color and then like add some shimmer on the lids, but everything is still packed up for me and I need to unpack. So I'm just going to take this shadow stick and I'm literally just gonna go on the lid and kind of draw it on like this, and then I like to use my finger to blend it in. I just use my pinky. Usually this makeup look is just this and like mascara for like my everyday class getting ready, but I like to add a little bit of eyeshadow when I go out. The next thing we're gonna do is mascara. So I'm just gonna put mascara on off camera because it's kind of hard to show, but my favorite mascara at the moment is this Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. And obviously, if you're going out, use waterproof. And waterproof just makes your eyelashes stay longer and lifted. I have like the most straight and short lashes ever, so I have to use waterproof all the time. The L'Oreal Telescopic is also a really good mascara. I've been using that like since the beginning of the year and I just found this one. So I'm just gonna put this on off camera and I'll be back. Okay, so the sun is like really weird. I'm trying to like position myself where it's not like shining on me, but my room is really messy, so this is all you're gonna get. But I just put the mascara on so it just really lifts your lashes. And then the next step is eyeliner. I used to never wear eyeliner. Like, I don't know, I just thought that it would really like close my eyes off, but lately what I've been doing when I've been going out is I've been taking this brown eyeliner pencil and I've just been landing like halfway into my eye, and it adds just like the perfect little cat eye effect without having to do winged eyeliner, because I'm not the best at that. But I just take this brown eyeliner pencil and I go in about halfway into my eye, so like right where my pupil is, and then that's it. It just adds such an amazing amount of depth and like sultry to your eyes, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna do this in the mirror because see, it just adds so much depth. It's like crazy. So that's one eye. You can still see the difference. See, this is like very like wide-eyed. This is still like a daily makeup look, and then this just adds a little bit of drama. All right, so that is basically the makeup look. All we have left is lip gloss and highlighter. I am like strictly into Fenty Beauty. This is like my favorite thing of all time. The Fenty Beauty lip gloss with me at all times. I have like 3 different containers. This is Fussy, one of my favorites. The new one, Sweet Mouth, is like my go-to, but It's also with all my stuff. I really don't know where it is because I was unpacking from spring break and I haven't seen it, so we'll see. This is pretty much the look. Usually I don't wear highlighter when I go out because I end up being like so sweaty at the end of the night that you don't really need it. But for the sake of the effect, I'm just gonna use this L'Oreal lotion, and I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. You literally need the smallest amount, like this is all I'm having. And I just put it on my cheekbones. I just kind of rub it in, tap it. Ooh, love it. But yeah, this is the look. I hope you all enjoyed. I really have settled into my makeup routine, so I do this literally every single time I go out. It takes like 10 minutes for me to get ready now. And so yeah, it's become like my signature. It's so funny, like hoop earrings always. And then the eyeliner I like do every single time now because usually I don't wear eyeliner, so it just adds a little bit something special. And yeah, I hope this helps anyone. If you don't really know what to wear for makeup when you go out, most people go really natural, which was like surprising for me. Obviously, if you go like out to bars and clubs, it's different. So when I become that age, we'll see. But yeah, this is the look. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.